When you're trying to get in front of your ideal client, then of course social media is the place to be. But how do you know which platform is best for your business and where you should focus your efforts? Now, if you already have all of your social media channels set up, if you've got great engagement, if you've got people coming to you via social media, then you do not need to watch this video. But if you're like I used to feel and you're a bit overwhelmed, you're struggling to keep up with all of the different channels and posting on grids and stories and reels and all of the other things, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, how do I make this work? Then stick with me because I'm going to give you some top tips about which channels are best for you to use. I'm Kate Hatherall, and here at the Interior Designers Hub, we help people to build wildly successful interior design businesses. Until I learned how to leverage social media for my business, I can remember feeling completely overwhelmed. I was trying to post to Pinterest on 5 different boards 6 times a day. I was trying to post on Facebook every day. I was trying to post on Instagram, not just on the grid, but on stories, and then Reels came out. I was also trying to keep up with Twitter and on and on and on. I was completely overwhelmed by it, and in truth, I wasn't getting great traction either. Now I'm going to let you into a little secret. Although it feels as though we should be on every single social media platform, in truth, it's not possible to do it, at least not towards the beginning of your interior design business journey. It is far better to focus on just one platform and to absolutely master that platform so that you're building good engagement and you're building up an audience of people who know you, like you, and trust you. If you focus on just that one platform and make it work for you, then you can add in other platforms, other channels later on. But to start off with, you really do need to focus on just one platform and really making it work for you. Now, of course, the question comes, which platform should I use? Now, before I start talking about the different platforms and the pros and cons of each, I also want to caveat what I'm about to say with, in truth, you can use any platform to grow a social media following. It doesn't really matter, because what's important is that you're sharing valuable content in front of the right people and showing them that you're the expert in your field, that you know what you're talking about, and that you can deliver transformations for them. That said, there are some platforms that are better than others, so stick with me and I'm going to talk you through them. When choosing a social media channel, the first thing to think about is who you're trying to reach. So if, for example, your ideal client is somebody who is perhaps maybe middle-aged, has their own house, has some disposable income, then think about where they're going to be hanging out on social media. And 9 times out of 10, that person will have a Facebook account and they may well hang out on Instagram as well. But if you're targeting a younger demographic, then you may want to be looking at newer platforms like TikTok, where you're going to get younger people hanging out. So your platform of choice should always be linked to your ideal client and where you think they're going to be. Now, a lot of people think that Instagram is the place to be for interior design, and it's not difficult to see why. If you look at Instagram, you can scroll through and see images of the most beautiful homes. There are thousands and thousands of images on there that showcase really beautiful interiors. But the thing about Instagram is that people generally go on there to showcase their own beautiful work. So yes, you'll find lots of interior designers on there showcasing their projects, and you'll also find tons and tons of people who just are passionate about decorating their own homes and they want to show off what they've done. Now, whilst that's amazing for getting inspiration, it's not great if you're trying to get interior design clients, because a lot of people that are on there already know what they're doing, or they're so passionate about it they just want to do it themselves. Now, as I said before, that doesn't mean to say that you can't do Instagram. Absolutely, you can use any platform to grow your business. But sometimes Instagram isn't the best platform to use, and there are better ways of reaching your ideal client. Pinterest is the next channel that you may choose to use. Now, Pinterest, again, is a platform that has got millions of beautiful images and all sorts of inspirational images to do with interior design. People often go on there, though, to look for hints and tips about how to decorate their own homes, and that's a really great opportunity for you to put your valuable content out there so that people can find you. What often happens is you'll share something like a blog post that explains how to do something, maybe how to choose a colour scheme or whatever, and then the person reading it will realise that your expertise is so great, they love your design style, and they want to go ahead and work with you. So Pinterest can be really great for bringing people to your website and introducing them to who you are, and through that you can build up your know, like, trust factor so that people go on to hire you. Now, Pinterest, in fact, fact, isn't a social media tool. It's actually a search engine. It's a bit like a visual form of Google. And what that means is that you don't really get the opportunity to interact with your ideal clients in the way that you do on real social media channels. The other thing about Pinterest is that it's got quite a steep learning curve in terms of getting the algorithm to work for you, and you have to be posting regularly and on multiple boards in order to really make it work for you. So Pinterest is an amazing place to be, but it does take a lot of legwork to get it going, to get it working for you, and to get those clients coming in. For those of you targeting a younger demographic, you may want to look at channels like TikTok. Now, these are not well established as marketing channels, but as I said before, any channel can be used to grow an audience. The thing about TikTok is that the content has to be super short. I'm talking seconds worth of content. And of course, you're going to be producing video snippets so that you can engage your audience really quickly. If you are going to use TikTok, make sure that you're clear that your ideal client really is going to be hanging out there. Often the people that can afford interior design are usually a little bit older, a little bit more well established in life with that disposable income to spend on luxury products like interior design. So I'm not saying don't use TikTok, just be aware that you have to make sure that your ideal client is going to be hanging out there. So last but certainly not least, let's talk about Facebook, which is the powerhouse of social media, and it's largely where it all began. There are very few people that don't have a Facebook account these days. The great thing about Facebook is that not only is it a place that you can have a business page so you can share your work, but it's also a really great way of engaging with people. So you can have those really fantastic conversations with people back and forth, answering questions, getting them to engage, and there's loads of scope for reaching your ideal client. The other amazing thing about Facebook is that people are on it all of the time because they connect with their friends and their family, and they want to see what their friends and family are up to, or they want to share what they've been up to. Then people tend to be on the platform a lot. The other amazing thing about Facebook is that they have Facebook groups as well. And Facebook groups are an amazing way for you to pick up interior design clients. If you think about it, if you're looking for, a plumber or an electrician or somebody to come in and do some work on your home, quite often the first place that people go is into a local Facebook group and ask people for recommendations. It's the same with interior design. I see this all of the time. If somebody wants an interior designer, they'll post in a local Facebook group and say, hey, does anyone know of an interior designer? And the great thing is that if you can get known in your local community, you will be recommended by people. Not only is that amazing because you're getting a recommendation, but by being recommended by somebody else, it also gives you additional social proof. So it gives you extra kudos because you've been recommended by somebody else. And in your potential client's eyes, that makes you more valuable because somebody else has trusted you to provide work for them. Getting work from Facebook groups is an absolute win-win for all interior designers. And Facebook really is my top social media channel for interior designers looking to get work in their local areas. All right, let's recap on those things. Firstly, any platform will work for you. It doesn't matter which you choose as long as you're using it correctly and you're using it consistently. Secondly, the platform that you choose needs to be where your ideal client hangs out. We looked at Instagram and the fact that that tends to be a place for interior design fanatics and not necessarily interior design customers. We discussed Pinterest as being a great way to drive traffic to your site once you've mastered that algorithm. We looked at using TikTok for a younger audience with short, snappy video content. And then finally, we discussed how Facebook is the go-to channel for interior designers looking for interior design clients. All right, my lovelies, so if you have found this video helpful, then please do come and check out our membership Hub Insiders, where we help people to set up and grow their own interior design businesses. Thanks so much for watching my video here on YouTube. If you have enjoyed this video and find it helpful, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you get notifications every time we release a new video. I'll see you in the next one.